Formula One transfers. If you're struggling to keep up, here's where we are right now with a few predictions thrown into. I got one right from the last time we tried these predictions. Sergio Perez has signed a contract extension with Red Bull. It's for 2 years. Does he have to meet some performance targets if he's to get that second year, though? An insider has told me probably that is the case. What does it all mean for Max Verstappen? Well, maybe if Red Bull had signed Carlos Sainz to go alongside Verstappen, it would have been a sign that they were expecting that Verstappen would leave within the next couple of years. Given they haven't done that, is this a sign that Red Bull are confident Verstappen will stay? He's contracted until 2028, but we do know he can get out of that contract when he wants to. If Helmut Marko, Red Bull's special advisor, leaves, Verstappen can leave. And Marko is prepared to leave if Verstappen wants him to. Boo! I got one wrong. Esteban Ocon, though, is leaving Alpine. I expected him to stay. Who is going to replace him there? Well, it's a long list and a fluid list, if a list can be fluid. Probably not. But who's on it? Well, the likes of Jack Doohan, who is the reserve driver, official reserve driver. There's also Victor Martins, who's going really well in Formula 2. And then there's this little clutch of drivers who are available and on the market at the moment. Well, Carlos Sainz has had talks with Alpine, but I'm told that's a no-go. Valtteri Bottas has also had some discussions with Alpine, but those talks did not progress. What about Mick Schumacher? He is driving in endurance racing for the team. I'm told he is down the pecking order in terms of getting a Formula One race seat for them next year. One name, though, which keeps coming back is actually Zhou Guanyu. Now, he used to be in the Alpine Academy, and there's also some commercial reasons why he might be a desirable candidate for them. For a start, it exposes Alpine to the enormous Chinese market, which is the biggest automobile market in the world. There has also been a recent car alliance between Renault, which is Alpine's parent company, and Geely, and that could be a big factor. Ferrari, that's old news now. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. Aston Martin, that's staying the same, as is McLaren. But what about Mercedes? Well, I am sticking with the prediction that Kimi Antonelli will be driving for them alongside George Russell next year. What about Audi stroke Sauber, which is going to be that big manufacturer team in 2026? That's Nico Hülkenberg, and I am going to stick with Carlos Sainz, even though in the last couple of weeks there's been increasing momentum behind the idea that he is going to sign with Williams. You can see the arguments for him doing that, but ultimately I think he is going to stick with what is a family connection, a long-standing one at Sauber Audi. Now, if he doesn't go there, that is a big, big vote of no confidence in that project. Will Sainz announce his future at the race in Spain in a couple of weeks' time? It would make sense for him to do it there. What is his national Grand Prix? And now that he hasn't got the Red Bull seat, there is nothing really more to keep his decision waiting on. But I do have to admit that as we speak, Williams are still serious contenders to get Sainz and put him alongside Alex Albon. But if they can't get him, who are they going to go for? Well, my understanding is they do not feel Esteban Ocon and Alex Albon are a workable partnership. So I'm going to put a former Williams man, Valtteri Bottas, in that seat alongside Albon next year. Although Bottas is insisting he wants a multi-year deal to stay in F1. Are Williams prepared to give him that? Breaking news from Formula One, and it concerns the RB team. Yuki Tsunoda has signed a contract extension to stay with Red Bull's junior team in 2025. RB says Tsunoda's shown enormous progress in announcing his extension, while Tsunoda says it's a good feeling to have his future decided so early in the year. The Japanese driver has comprehensively outperformed Daniel Ricciardo this season, so it will be either Ricciardo or Liam Lawson in that other RB seat. I am hearing Ricciardo's maybe slight favourite at the moment. That leaves Haas. Now I'm putting the young Brit and Oliver Bearman in there, which will mean 4 British drivers on the grid next year. Who will join him? Well, it's one from Esteban Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda or Valtteri Bottas. Given I've put a couple of the others elsewhere, it's going to have to be Esteban Ocon, but not an easy one to pick there. So that's the selection I've gone for in terms of the 20 on the grid for 2025. But a lot of these decisions still very much up in the air. Let's see what we find out over the next few weeks.